Two others, both criminals, were led out to be executed with him when they came to a place called the Skull, which we know as Golgotha. They nailed him to the cross. And the criminals were also crucified, one on the right and the other on the left. Jesus said, "Father, forgive them, for they don't even know what they're doing." And the soldiers gambled for his clothes by throwing dice. The crowd watched, and the leaders began to mock him. "He saved others," they said. "Let him save himself if he really be the Messiah, the chosen one." The soldiers mocked him, offered him a drink with sour wine. They called out to him, "If you be the king of the Jews, why don't you save yourself?" A sign was fastened above him with these words, "This is the King of the Jews." One of the criminals hanging beside him looked at him. "So you're the Messiah, are you? Prove it by saving yourself and us too while you're at it." But the other criminal protested. "Don't you fear God, even when you have been sentenced to die? We deserve to die for the crimes, but this man hasn't done anything wrong." Then he said, "Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom." Jesus replied, "I assure you today that you will be with me in paradise." By this time, it was about noon, and darkness fell across the whole land until 3 o'clock. The light from the sun was gone, and suddenly the curtain in the sanctuary of the temple was torn down the middle. And Jesus shouted, "Father, I entrust my spirit into your hands." And with those words, he breathed his last breath. When the Roman soldier and officer seen the execution, he saw what had happened, and he worshiped God and said, "Surely this man was innocent." And when all the crowd that came to see the crucifixion saw what had happened, they went home in deep sorrow. But the friends of Jesus, including the woman who followed him from Galilee, stood at a distance watching. Now, when there was a good and righteous man named Joseph, was a member of the Jewish High Council, but he had not agreed with the decisions and actions of the other religious leaders. He was from the town of Arimathea in Judah, and he was waiting for the kingdom of God to come. He went to Pilate and asked for Jesus's body. Then he took the body down from the cross, wrapped it in a long sheet of linen, laid it in the tomb that had been carved out of rock. This was done on late Friday afternoon, the day of preparation, as the Sabbath was about to begin. And his body was taken away. The women from Galilee followed and saw the tomb where the body was placed. Then they went home and prepared spices and ointments to anoint his body. But by that time, they were finished. The Sabbath had begun. So they rested as required by the law. So we wait. So we wait. So we wait.